Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Exceptional Scrum Master Podcast. My name is Yinka and I remain your online Agile coach. Now in today's episode, I want to teach you how to update your resume based on a job description so that you're applying correctly for these jobs that are out there and you improve your chances of getting a call back from a recruiter. Now, today's video was requested by one of the people who dropped a comment on my last video. So, hi Dee, thanks a lot for that comment. So if you would like for me to talk about anything, make sure that you drop a comment on this video so I'm able to read through it and maybe I might just choose your topic for my next video. So now, we're going to be talking about how do you update your resume so that, you increase your chances of getting a job. One thing I've realized over time of just talking to different people that are looking for jobs is that they're always racing towards how many jobs they tend to apply for in a day. And it's not really how much, it's how well. It's the quality of those jobs that you're applying for that really matter. So it's not just about you distributing your resumes everywhere. Do you have the correct resume? Are you designing your resume for that job description? Now, you might say that I'm a Scrum Master and I'm applying for a Scrum Master role, but every organization is different. Every organization has specific and unique things that they're looking for in the candidates they're hoping to employ. So you have to ensure that you're doing everything possible to put yourself in that perfect position where you are the perfect candidate for that job. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to head over to my computer and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at probably about one or two LinkedIn jobs. We're going to read the job description and we're going to look at how we can take a look at the job description, take a look at our resume and look for things to update in our resume to ensure that before we apply, we have checked all the T's and we've dotted all of our I's. So now let's head over to my computer where we kind of get to work and see what is out there. All right, so let's take a look at this Scrum Master position that I came across on LinkedIn. So what you want to do when you see a job description and you're thinking, oh, am I the perfect fit? So this is a Scrum Master position. It was uploaded like a week ago. 73 applicants have already applied. It's a full-time position. So what you want to do is you want to read about the job. You want to read about the responsibilities, understand the role, understand exactly what they're looking for. All right. So let's take a look at the job. As a Scrum Master, you're going to act as a servant leader for your team by facilitating clear communications to management and to the team. I want you to take a look at the first line. Do you have anything in your resume that shows that you already do this? That is how you want to apply and update your resume accordingly. There are some times that we've done a couple of things, but we don't capture it correctly in our resume. And this is the reason why it's important for you to take, that time to understand what the job is looking for and don't just randomly apply because it's a Scrum Master position. Every organization is unique. Every organization knows what they're looking for, and every organization is hoping to find the best candidate that fits that role. Okay. So look at that line and look at your resume. Look at, ways that you've been able to express how you are able to facilitate a clear communication between management and team. So is there anything in your role? Is there anything in your resume that displays that? Okay. Now, the next line says, our Scrum Masters are open, approachable, collaborative, and enjoy working with passionate people. They are proactive in solving problems to help teams succeed. That's a key point. So is there anywhere in your resume that shows how you've been proactive in problem solving and how you've, solved problems for the teams? If there's an example, let it be in your resume. The Scrum Master drives Agile and Lean frameworks that results in quality product delivery and continuous improvements. Is there any of, the roles where you've been able to showcase how you've been able to drive results using Agile and Lean frameworks, right? Read every line and look at how you can interpret that line in your resume. Okay, the Scrum Master is responsible for removing impediments that hinder the team from reaching their goals and has a flexible approach that enables the team to rapidly respond to change. What are the ways that you've been able to remove impediments? What type of impediments, did you actually even remove? There are some times that you've solved a big problem in your organization that you might need to document that in your resume. So don't just say, oh, I remove impediments. If it's such a big impediment and it resulted into a big gain for your company, you can display that in your resume. And that's why it's important for you not to just copy and paste, people's resume. Understand the connection between your role, understand the connection between the future role you're applying for and the experience that you have, and put that all nicely together. Okay, now let's go to the responsibilities. But before we even actually go to the responsibilities, you see how you have this about a job. There is a way you can take a look at that, look at what you've done, and actually make this be maybe the introductory part of your resume, right? So you understand the resume structure where you have your name on top, your contact information, and then you have like maybe a 4-line that kind of describes who you are, right? You can look for how to incorporate some of these things that relates to what you've done into that part, right? So let's say, for example, looking at this about your job, I could pick up key lines like, this top line that says, as a Scrum Master, you act as a servant leader. I can look for where I want to incorporate it in the description, the top part that describes who I am. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, let me see if I have a sample resume to just kind of show you guys. So let's see, let me move this here. Hopefully you can see it. So this is what I'm talking about. So you see how this resume, this is just a sample blank resume. As a highly motivated and certified Scrum Master, I have unique experiences and extensive knowledge spanning over 5 years that utilizes Agile frameworks such as Lean and Kanban. Look at this resume. Let's go back to this. You see how in this part, it talks about the Scrum Master drives Agile and Lean frameworks that result in quality product delivery and continuous improvement. You can look for how to incorporate that in this first 5 lines, right? So this is about the job. This is what they want you to do in general. So take a look at that job description and look for how you want to incorporate that, introducing, your experience, who you are, what you've done. Look at how this resume says, I am a strong motivator, coach, and influencer with effective servant leadership and communication skills. If you go back here, you can see certain things that they're looking for. They're looking for Scrum Masters that are open, approachable, collaborative, and enjoy working with passionate people. So you could always flip your resume to include some of those things. And here you can include, I'm a strong motivator who is open, approachable, with effective servant leadership skills. So you see how I'm incorporating some of the things that I see in the job description that I know I am also that type of person. But maybe for some reason, I didn't find it important to put on my resume. But now that I'm trying to apply to this job, I now see the importance of why I need to include that, because this job wants people that are open, approachable, and very collaborative. Okay. So now you can take a look at, this job description and see how to mimic that and ensure that some of those key things that the job cares about, you include it in your resume. Now let's go down to the responsibilities. Now, one of the responsibilities is that you're going to work with the product owner to align team with the product vision, sprint goals, and other necessary information. This is what they want you to do. Now, for your own resume, if this is something that you've done before, let's go to the resume here. So this is, a Scrum Master that worked in ABC Consulting. This is just, a resume, a blank resume I just created for this purpose. So you see how here, responsible for coaching 3+ teams who successfully migrated legacy claims adjusted software to the cloud. This is describing what the Scrum Master did in the organization. However, if you see some of the responsibilities, you're going to be working with your product owner to align your team with the product vision. If you can tell, how you've done this, you can include it in your resume, right? So in this bullet points where you kind of share the things that you do or you did in a current company or a previous company, look for some of the responsibilities here, some that you clearly have done, but maybe you did not include, and include them in your resume, because these are the things that are important to this job. And that's why they have it here. They want a Scrum Master who understands how to work with a product owner, who knows how to align. So clearly you need to understand, product vision. How do I align product vision with a product backlog? How do I coach my product owner to be able to build a roadmap off of a vision? How does that align to sprint goals and other necessary information? So that you'll be able to kind of talk about it. So express that in your resume. The next point talks about create an environment of collaboration within the teams that allows for open dialogue and productive solutions for resolving conflicts. You can Share a line on your resume that shows how you've done that. Okay, so don't just copy and paste the responsibilities. Show how that has been your own responsibility. So show a way that you've coached. So coach my product owner on team alignments. There are ways that you can show that. So don't just kind of copy and paste everything on your resume, because that will be like word for word and it might be plagiarism. But there are ways that you can paraphrase the responsibilities to kind of match what you've done and kind of rephrase your own resume to that effect. Now, let's go to what the role requires. The role requires a wide variety of strengths. And so they have here, they want you to have a BA degree, strong familiarity with the core values and principles, experience as a practicing Scrum Master on a team, exposure to modern engineering practices like test-driven development, acceptance, test-driven development, and continuous integration. So all of these things in summary. So you have to take a look at this line by line and see how you can incorporate that in your resume. Now, do not incorporate something that you have no clue about. So if you've clearly not done it, then leave it. You don't have to meet every criteria in a job description. That will not stop them from hiring you, right? But at least still do the due diligence where majority of the things that they're looking for, you kind of find a way to incorporate that in your resume, updating your resume to a similar language that the job description itself has, and ensuring that you've kind of gone through each line, you understand what each line means, you can find the equivalent on your resume. That gives you a better chance of applying to the job and possibly getting a call back, because now you meet the criteria. They're looking for these things. That is why they included them in their job description. But when you just kind of have your own random resume, not updating it to the job description, then sometimes even when your resume goes through, the systems that they use to kind of like scan through resumes, you might not even get picked because you're not even using the keywords that the company is using. And also your resume does not speak to the responsibilities that they are looking for. So there is nothing like, oh, the Scrum Master role is the same, because that's what D said. He was like, oh, but the Scrum Master role is generic. So why do I need to update my resume? You have to update it because the organizations that you're applying for have different needs. Many of them are in different Agile journey. And so many people are looking for different things. There are some job descriptions that would look for a Scrum Master / a project manager, So that means that they need somebody who has an Agile knowledge and also has the traditional project management knowledge. So different jobs calls for different things, and you have to do that due diligence to ensure that you're reviewing every resume, taking your time to understand what they need, taking a look at your resume to see, do I match up? Do I have many of those things they're looking for? And also kind of ensuring that everything on your resume is well represented in terms of what they need, and then going ahead to apply for that job. Now, if I take a look at another job that I think I opened here, it's still the similar approach, right? So here, as a Scrum Master, you're going to blend deep expertise with a passion for mentoring, coaching, and constant improvement. So that means in your own resume, you want to show ways that you've mentored. You want to show ways that you've coached. You want to show ways that you've constantly improved your team or kind of coach them into building that culture of continuous improvement. Okay. Now, this role is saying that as part of a highly collaborative squad, you're going to advise, you're going to mentor, you're going to coach, you're going to train. So that means your resume has got to show ways that you have done these things. That is how you improve your chances, because this is what they're looking for. They want a trainer. They want somebody that understands the multiple stances of a Scrum Master and can wear those multiple roles. So be prepared to ensure that you can do these things and ensure that your resume is documenting exactly what that is. So even if I open like a million, job descriptions today, the approach for updating is still the same. Take a look at what they have as an overview. Look at how your resume, the top part of your resume, can capture some of those things. Take a look at those bullet points and look at how you've, done some of those in the different places you've worked. And look at how, each line that you also have directly answers the questions of what they're looking for. This is how you increase your chances of getting that job. So don't say I didn't do anything for you. So ensure that you take the steps as you apply for a job. I wish you all the best as usual. I am here rooting for you, and in my own little way, providing you these gems and these tips that will help you succeed. So go ahead and prosper. And if you're interested in coaching, I have a coaching program that is available that will teach you all of these things, because this is something that I teach in my course, and we go in depth, and we actually even take your resume, take this job description and kind of do the magic, but I can't do that here. Okay. But if you're interested in coaching, then clearly you want to reach out to me. You want to sign up so that we can create magic together. Thank you all so much for spending another time with me. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait to catch you in my next episode. Bye for now.